Deshaun Watson is sort of hovering over all of this NFL draft, and obviously that would be a huge shakeup if something like that were to happen with the Cowboys.
Yeah, it would be. And to Dan's point, I think what he's saying is Dak's not elite. Deshaun Watson is elite. But sometimes you got to pay the really good
100%.
ones that aren't elite that kind of money that they need. And in this division, guys, if you're not going to go forward with Dak, if you do, I'm say if you do go forward with Dak first, you're ahead of the game. You got the Giants. Is Daniel Jones the right guy? They're hoping he is. The Eagles, maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe not. Washington doesn't know who their quarterback will be. If Dak's your guy and you're moving forward with him, you're ahead of the game in that division by miles. So unless Daniel Jones, keeps improving and closes that gap. So I'm with Dan on him not being elite, but sometimes you got to pay these guys like they are elite. We've seen that with numerous quarterbacks in the NFL. So sometimes you just got to do it, even though you may know he's not special and not one of the top 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks in the league. Maybe circumstance dictate you got to keep him and you got to overpay him.
Further, Mel, let me just throw this back. Hold on a second, Dan, because Ed Werder came on this show the other day and said, regardless of trading him, if the Cowboys don't get a long-term deal done with Dak, they would be negligent if they don't take a quarterback at number 10, where they currently sit. Now, you don't have any of the 5 still sitting there, but what do you think of that? If they don't get a deal done with Dak, but he's on the tag, should the Cowboys take a quarterback?
I don't think one will be there, Greeny. I think you have to move up. You would be at 10, and you would be on that fringe of maybe being able to go up 2, 3, 4 spots to get that quarterback. Problem you run into here is you're going to give up some draft choices to go up and get that guy, and you're still not sure if he will be what Dak Prescott already is. You just don't know. You hope that a Justin Fields and a Trey Lance and a Mac Jones will be really good, but you don't know. We know what Dak is. And I understand he's not super elite or elite, but he's a really good quarterback. And like I say, and in that division, that's not a bad thing to have. That's going to put you ahead. That's going to make you the favorite to win that division. I also think offensive line's a neat area. Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, Elijah Vera Tucker from USC would make sense. The cornerback, whether if it's not Surtain from Alabama, Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. So I would rather use that pick on either a corner or an offensive lineman and have Dak as my quarterback than move Dak or do something with Dak there and have to try to figure out which quarterback do I like and which young quarterback I'm moving forward with. That would be a dangerous situation to put yourself in.
Diana Rossini, help me. If the Cowboys don't get the long-term deal worked out with Dak, and there is no reason to believe they will based on what has happened, how should we expect that to play out?
They're going to have to figure out who's going to play the quarterback position. They're going to have to do that. And in terms of what they're thinking now, the thought process when I was talking to sources with Dallas just 2 days ago was that they're going to be able to work this out either way, whether it's the tag or the long-term deal. The conversations I was having was more about what they're going to do with that 10th pick. And it's more in the direction of what Mel was just talking about with the offensive line, which, you think about Dallas, we don't talk about them needing an offensive line. It's been a while because they've always been so great there, but we saw so many injuries last year. So in terms of the organization, the sense I'm getting from those that are working in scouting and in coaching right now, it's that this is going to get hammered out.
Canty, what do you think?
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, here's the thing. We're talking about this negotiation. It really isn't a negotiation. This is a stick-up by Dak Prescott because he has so much leverage. It's no gun, no mask. Put the money in the bag. At this point, why would Dak settle for a deal that's below market when he's only 1 season away from true free agency in the market being able to command over $40 million a year? It doesn't make sense for Dak Prescott to settle for a team-friendly deal. If Jerry Jones wanted something like that, he would have done it a couple of seasons ago. Just last week, the San Diego Padres paid Fernando Tatis Jr. 4 years before they had to and gave him $340 million. Do you know why? Because it gave them the flexibility to be able to spread that hit of their payroll over 14 years. If the Cowboys were so concerned with the structure in the salary cap, they would have done this deal years ago.
Dan, I'll give you the final word. Go.
Baseball doesn't have a salary cap, so that's why Tatis you pay him whatever you want. I'm not saying Dak Prescott should play for $20 million. Do I think that Dak can look? Because here's the thing, Chris, you know this. You go into the NFL as a young player with one goal, get to a second contract. Now that second contract is going to always be different for guys. We know that's going to happen for Dak Prescott. He has earned a ton of money. So now the question is, does Dak just want to get a ton of money? Like that's it? Because once you, as a good quarterback, take a ton of money from your football team success. It's never happened in the NFL. So Dak can ask himself, maybe I will take less than what the market demands, but still get a ton of money and go, what Patrick did. Another offensive lineman. Go get us a better defense. That's what I'm saying. You're a good player. Take a really good contract, not the greatest that you can, so you can win a ton of games. Because the last 3 years, you're 29-25 as a football team.
I'm being told that someone has tweeted. I can't. Having a little. Oh, it's Tad Prescott. Or Tad Prescott has tweeted. And that is Dak's brother. Dan Orlovsky saying he's been correct about Dak. Bro, what's your stand on Dak? You badmouthed him for years in favor of your boy Wentz and then favored Dak over Wentz. I have proof. Today you're back to your old ways. Just make up your mind already. Tad Prescott has responded to things on our show multiple times. Go ahead, Dan.
One, I've never badmouthed Dak Prescott. I've literally said since day one, he's a good player. That's not badmouthing the guy. I've said he's a remarkable dude. Everything I hear about him is he's a great leader. But my job is to be as honest as what my eyes tell me to be. He's not great. He's not elite. No, he's good. The second thing is I've never flip-flopped. I've never flip-flopped. I think Carson Wentz is a more talented player. I think he's a guy that has, one, been in the MVP conversation. Dak has not that late in the season. Two, he's carried a depleted roster. Dak has not. Those are facts. And I don't know if Dominique Foxworth or Marcus Spears wrote that tweet for Tad, but the reality is I've never badmouthed him. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he should be the highest paid quarterback in football.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.